Welcome to another episode of the Online Prosperity Experience podcast. You're about to hear your host, Prosper Taravinga's powerful digital marketing strategies and actionable tactics that you can use right now. Prosper has helped more than 50,000 people from over 10 countries to create meaningful businesses that are profitable and enjoyable. Listen to this podcast so that you too can build your own business with less stress and overwhelm. Let's get started.
Why clients aren't saying yes to your discovery calls. It is what it is, okay? You might be a coach or consultant, and you're probably not getting as many discovery calls booked out as you hoped you could. Now, I want to ask you a question. Are you struggling when it comes to booking more discovery calls, even though it feels like you've tried just about every marketing strategy out there? You've got the funnels, you've got the social media, you've got the podcasting, the live, Facebook's Reels, you're twerking on TikTok. But let me tell you something, my Internet Explorer friend, you are not alone. I can tell you from experience and also from working with a vast amount of coaches and consultants out there that getting your audience to actually reach out and inquire for consultation or discovery call can be a bit challenging. And I know how frustrating it can be when you finally book a discovery call with somebody and you find out they're not the right kind of person with the right kind of fit for both you and the customer all the same. And however, I got news for you. I mean, obviously you are listening to the Online Prosperity Experience, where we don't, send out doom messages so you can doom scroll. No. We're here to work with people that are passionate about doing the work that they're meant to be doing and living an inspired life while doing so. And that, my friend, also means that we've got easy fixes to the problem that you might be having of not having people schedule consultation calls with you. So when you identify what marketing is not working for you and start following the right marketing strategy for your business, it's entirely possible to actually start booking a lot more discovery calls than you can possibly handle. And in this short podcast, which is obviously going to go for 30 minutes like any episode of the Online Prosperity Experience, yes, I'm going to outline to you 5 of the most common reasons why you're not booking any more discovery calls, okay? So like I mentioned earlier on, if you're a coach, consultant that's passionate about doing the work that you're meant to be doing, and obviously having a happier existence in the process, you're in the right place. My mission is to help coaches and consultants like you to build a brand that you're proud of and create a lifestyle that you absolutely love, okay? Now, I can understand as a coach or consultant, marketing is just one aspect of running a successful business. You go from hiring and managing new staff, balancing books, driving growth, and everything else in between. And it all feels like a constant balancing act where you're pulled in multiple different directions all at once. And at the end of the day, your real goal is just to help your clients. Am I right? You just want to spend as much time as possible changing people's lives and solving people's problems. And you don't want to waste countless hours each day trying to get people to book more discovery calls with you. Well, fortunately, let me tell you something, my friend. You certainly don't want to spend another minute on a Zoom call or on the phone having to beg people to hire your services. Unfortunately, you don't have to. You see, there's a lot of reasons why, first of all, you are failing to book as many discovery calls as possible, or actually getting people from your social media spaces, to come and, have and listen to what it is that you've got to offer. There are 5 reasons, and obviously if you want to know what they are, I'm going to be letting you know in this call. But one of them is you're not inviting people to book those discovery calls with you. And another one we're going to be talking about is your discovery call booking process doesn't actually flow smoothly. You're not making it easy for people to schedule a call with you. And the third thing we're going to be talking about is your website sales page might actually be missing all the critical information that would get people to realize that you're the right kind of person with the right kind of solution that they're looking for. And then the fourth one is your timing is maybe a little bit off. You might be, jumping the gun a little bit too early before people quite know, like, and trust you, because people do business with those they know, like, and trust. And like I always say, the fifth and final thing we're going to be talking about is you haven't built enough authority to ask for a consultation as first. People don't know you that much to give away their valuable resource, which is their time, to sit down with you. Okay, so once you finish this podcast, my friend, you will be actually able to book yourself stupid with as many calls with people that are clamoring to get your services. And I want to ask you something. What would you do if you had so much demand, first of all, for your services than you could possibly handle? Would you maybe take a vacation, or would you raise your prices, or would you maybe start firing all those lousy clients that are not a fit for your business? Or would you actually just start choosing the projects that you absolutely love and expand your business? You see, a lot of coaches and consultants that we speak to, and some other small to medium business owners, they just dream of having a perfect customer that arrives from seemingly nowhere, already convinced that they want to buy. It doesn't work like that, my friend. They start putting out, social media memes and posts, and when it all eventually fails, they build a website that doesn't, identify their target market, which hasn't clarified their message, and they're just spraying and praying with their marketing out there, and then they just post a few memes on social media and call it a day. It doesn't work like that. You need to show people you can help them by actually helping them, So, and you would understand that if you can't get a steady demand and, a lot of people asking to work with you, you end up having to accept work that just comes your way at the price that is determined by the customer. And obviously, people want things cheaper, and you'd probably end up having to maybe go back to your 9 to 5 and not having to work and execute on your dream. Okay. Now, you might be asking, how then do I get all these potential ideal customers to come to me instead of me trying to find them? My friend, if you work with the online, prosperity team, or with us here at Live Long Digital, we'll teach you how to earn trust before the sales process even begins, to actually start designing a self-guided path for customer engagement. And you can actually build sales funnels that automatically fill themselves, and you will be only responding effectively to best opportunities that come your way. And I would obviously work with you so you can market your service business in the most intentional way possible. This is where you actually start growing profitable sales and have a framework that will guide your decisions and maintain your confidence while you're offering the help to the right kind of people at the right time for the right money. And what I'm just asking you to do is ignore 90% of everything any marketing guru has ever taught you. And I want you to just learn the 10% of what actually matters for you to create a business that's profitable and enjoyable. And I can guarantee you, you will actually be booking a lot more discovery calls with your dream clients and actually grow your service business. I know that's a big promise, but hey, let's get started. The first thing that I mentioned why you're not booking any calls is because you're not inviting people to schedule a call with you. Have you ever noticed with my podcast, every time I'm always asking you to schedule a call with me, either click the link that comes with the podcast or find a link on my website which asks you to book a free consultation with me. And then I tell you what happens when you schedule the call, because we're going to work hands-on for you to develop your strategic plan and then deep dive and work through your ideal client clarity and all that stuff so that you can start, generating more discovery calls for you. Okay, so like I said, to begin with, if you want more discovery calls, you're going to need to ensure you're regularly inviting people to book a call with you. It's that simple. There's a few ways that you can do this. First of all, add a call to action on your social media posts. Whenever you post something on social media, invite people home, invite people to come and work with you, talk with you a little bit more. You see, back in the time when Twitter was only 140 characters, you couldn't say everything in 140 characters, okay? Plus emojis. All right. So you needed to bring people back to your properties. So one of the things that you probably need to do is create, a landing page that is dedicated to just be booking these discovery calls. If you haven't done that, maybe you reach out to us and our virtual marketing team will be able to help you with that. So on those sales pages, you want to add buttons to your web, sites that actually connect to your calendar, and there's a few calendar tools that you can use, like Calendly. I use one called Book Like a Boss because I'm a boss, and things of that nature, right? So whenever you go live on social media platforms, or you do a reel or things like that, you need to make sure that people have a way to schedule a call with you in the end so they can learn more about what it is that you're doing. Even when you send out an email to your list, let them know you have availability. Let them see your calendar, okay? And make sure you have open the slots that you're going to be able to honor those discovery calls. Because there's also one other thing. If you don't keep showing up to these discovery calls, guess what? People will lose confidence in whatever it is that you're doing. So whenever you reach out to people and you're engaging with anyone online, make sure they have an opportunity to schedule a call with you. Because a lot of people hold back because maybe they're worried, about what is the next logical step. And also other coaches and consultants usually hold back because they're worried they're coming across as too salesy. Let me tell you something. If your job is to help other people do and have a happier existence, it is imperative that you actually give them an opportunity for them to take the next logical step with you. And usually that will be some form of a consultation, So if your followers, have sort of opted in to receive email and information from you or any sort of content, guess what? They actually expect you to promote your services at some stage. So there's no need for you to worry. You literally need to show people you can help them by being available, by also, offering them an easy way to actually schedule a call with you. All right. And talking about an easy way to schedule a call with you, some people have discovery booking processes that are too clunky. It's just not easy for somebody to leave their name, their email, and mobile number so they can be notified of when they need to book a call with you. I'm inviting you to maybe try out the system that I use. I'm going to put the link in the show notes that come with this topic. And you can have an opportunity to just have an experience of what, the whole consultation process looks like. I will leave a link for you to book a free consultation with me, and just look from the time you schedule the call to the time you actually speak to me, the whole experience, what you receive, how you are reminded, all of those things, the moments of you to actually connect and engage with the person who's going to be coming to the call with you. And also a thank you page to just keep that person knowing that they haven't just gave their email address or their phone number to some hole in the wall on the internet. All right. See, sometimes we get too close to our business and we can't see things, as other people would see them, or it actually makes sense to us, but it's not as smooth flowing to our clients. All right. Remember, our clients have a 3-second attention span. And if you make things harder for them, they're not going to go out of their way to try and wait until you get it right. All right. So this is especially the case when maybe you are sort of integrating an online, marketing, a calendar tool into your marketing system. You know what I mean? So your discovery call booking process maybe includes your website, an online booking calendar, an application form, and even a payment gateway. I also advise a lot of people to charge for their consultations. just so that you actually make sure that you are giving the right value to the people that are showing up. All right, so if all of these systems aren't integrated well and they're not talking to each other, the process may be a little bit clunky and difficult to follow, and clients may actually give up and abandon part of the way through. Even if people really want to speak to you, if the process is not easy or intuitive enough, guess what, they're just gonna leave it in the too hard basket, and usually nobody checks the too hard basket. All right, so if all these systems are not integrated well, you want to be careful on how you're actually leading people towards where it is that you want to take them. And also, there's one other thing about the wording that you use, to invite people to come and talk to you, especially regarding your website buttons and links. Very often I actually see people putting a button that says book now or buy now button, on their website, when the next step is just a discovery call, not a sale. So people need to understand that they are going for a discovery call and they're not going to be sold to. So all that needs to be very clear right from the get-go, because a lot of people may not click the button if they think that, they must have, pay money immediately rather than have a discovery call to see if you're a good fit for what it is that they're looking for. All right, so your website sales page might be missing a bit of critical information. So you want to make sure that, just ask somebody who is not involved in your business and find out from them, do they find it easy, or is it easy for them to schedule a call with you? All right. So number 3 is when your website sales page is actually missing critical information and people are not going to wait to or think what it is that you want them to do. You literally need to spell it out for them. They're not going to assume that you want them to schedule a call with you. All right. So your sales pages or your funnel pages, your thank you pages, these are like an online sales representative that is out there 24/7. All right, so you want to make sure it's saying the right things at the right time to the right people in the right context. All right, so having the right type of information on any page is essential, and you must have this information displayed in the right order so the pitch actually flows well. Okay, and I've spoken about what to include on a sales page. There's podcasts around that on the online prosperity experience, but I recommend adding buttons that actually link to your discovery call or your application page or your inquiry form in a multiple places within your sales page, because as people scroll, every sort of page needs to have its own call to action. That way, the people won't have to go through your website again trying to find opportunities for them to book a call with you. So to have a button just at the top of your sales page and maybe another button midway through, and just every segment should have a call to action. That way, people are not going to be looking around all over the internet trying to find where to book a call with you. Okay, but one thing that needs to happen is you need to time your marketing message. You need to time the discovery call, and so that means you need to have a full understanding of what your client's journey actually is. Sometimes people just want an ebook so that they get to understand what it is that you're providing, and then when they're confident enough, then they can allocate some time to have a call with you. So some coaches and consultants prematurely invite people to a discovery call before they even know what it is that they're doing and who they're doing it for. Okay, so sometimes if you're selling maybe higher tier products or higher price services, which actually requires a discovery call, then timing is everything. All right, so if you get the timing right, consider what sort of triggers, what events and perhaps issues or pain points that your ideal client will be experiencing, and at what point is the right time for you to then say, hey, come and work with me, or when they can actually consider to pay you to perform either your consulting, your training, your information, your expertise, or your paid speaking endeavors. Because people will often think about working with somebody like you for a while before they're actually ready to start reaching out to people. So they need to do some research. Have you got content for prospects out there that will then help people make the decision whether you're the right fit for them or not. Okay. However, something will happen that will then make them decide that now is the right time, and you gotta have the right sales pages and the right trigger for them to actually then click a button for them to schedule a call in your calendar. And once you identify these common triggers, and once you identify this client journey, or you've mapped it out, you can actually start including these types of pain points and stories in your content, and your sales page copy will actually stand out. And at the right time, you will then say, hey, would you like us to talk about this? So if you can understand somebody's pain points and issues so much, they would actually assume you've got a solution. And that's the reason why people would then find it easy for them to click the button and schedule a call with you. Okay. So if you use messaging that actually meets your ideal clients where they're at right now, using the words that they use and the actual pain points, then you find your marketing is more effective, and you'll be booking a lot more discovery calls than you can actually be able to handle yourself. Okay. And while you're doing this, you're creating trust. And the trust that you're building with your audience is that which they would then say, I think Prosper is the right guy to help me, to create a lead generation system so I can consistently attract my ideal clients. We've been speaking for about 21 minutes now, and I'm talking about something that is a pain point to you. If I then say at the end of this podcast, why don't we have an opportunity to have a chat, you would not think twice about that, all right? Well, this is the time where you should actually be looking for the link that came with this podcast so you can schedule a call with me, and we can actually create for you a lead generation system so you can consistently book most of these calls so that you can create a business that's profitable and enjoyable. And one thing that happens with a lot of coaches is you haven't stated your case enough beyond reasonable doubt that somebody would actually say, you know what, I'm raising up my hand for me to start talking to you. Because it's one of the biggest mistakes that I see a lot of coaches and consultants doing. They are skipping through the sales process to quickly, ask clients to come home with them or to go to bed with them. You see, they go in too early in their sales pitch and miss all these critical engagement and nurturing stages that the client needs to be confident enough to show up for that discovery call. That's why sometimes some people don't show up for the discovery call, because they're not confident enough, first of all, in themselves, and also confident enough that you will be the right person to actually help them solve whatever issue that they're looking for. So there needs to be a lot of upfront work that needs to happen in order for you guys to both establish that trust. And when that trust is there, it's easy for people to schedule a call with you. Okay, so this nurture stage is usually in the middle of your lead generation process. From the time somebody signs up to an ebook to the time that they actually schedule a call, that's in between that space where you need to be providing value to them, because we get paid in direct proportion to the value that we bring to the marketplace. All right, so it's between that awareness stage where people find out about your business and the sales stage where somebody actually becomes a client. This is where you're building authority. This is where you are being given an opportunity, and you have asked for permission to show up in this, prospects inbox or newsfeed. Okay, and if you want to book more discovery calls, you need to ensure that you've built enough trust for them to feel confident, for them to now reach out to you, because you've answered most of their questions. All they now want is somebody to help them implement this. And you should literally be helping them by actually helping them. This is why you need to be creating so much content and having clarified your message so that people can get to know you, like you, and trust you. And we all know that people do business with those they know, like, and trust. So when you're building, authority and trust, I really recommend creating more content like this podcast. Yeah, this is me building trust with my community, right? Videos are also a very important subject matter that you can actually use to nurture your leads. All right, and even just speaking and meeting people in person is also another great way to just speed up that authority and trust building phase. All right, at the end of the day, if you want to be building trust and nurturing your leads, you need to actually put most of this stuff in automation, because you're not going to be there for every person's journey, all right? And you want to leverage the tools and systems that are already out there that can help you reach out to as many people as possible. So there you have it. These were just the 5 reasons why I think you are not booking a lot more discovery calls than you should be. And if you consider any of these to resonate with you, then it's actually a time to really step back and consider what it is that you can change about your lead generation system, your lead generating funnel, your sales conversion strategy, because you need to be turning these prospects into leads who buy from you. And then pretty much from then on, learn as much as possible from these people so that your discovery calls are just a mere transaction that needs to happen so that your clients can put name and face together. Okay, and once you've created this, you will now be able to generate hundreds of qualified leads like clockwork, even during any market downturns, even during global pandemics, even during any sweeping lockdowns. And you never have to rely on cold calling or emailing just to beg clients to hire you if you get this right. You know what I mean? And often it doesn't require you to maybe start from scratch or whatever. Use what you have, and the information that you've gathered along the way to literally create a seamless method for people to actually start scheduling calls with you. Okay, and this can actually happen by you actually listening to what your customers are looking for and really creating systems and processes that then lead them to scheduling calls with you. And you don't have to start from scratch. It's just a few minor changes that you need to refine what it is that you're doing with your marketing. That way you literally will be able to create for and relate to the audience you're going to be bringing into your space. So if you want to master your marketing strategy and attract consistent clients and grow, this is where I can help. I want you to schedule a call with me, all right? This is your invitation to schedule a call with me, all right? It would be remiss for me to talk about, how to, book more discovery calls, and I don't give you an opportunity to experience what a well-refined system looks like, okay? So the link that is going to come with this podcast will direct you to schedule a call with me, all right? And what will we do when we are on the call? We'll work hands-on with you and develop a strategic plan, and then deep dive and work through your ideal client clarity, because you want to end up being on a call with people that you absolutely love, the right kind of people with the right kind of pain and the right kind of payoff that your solutions and services will be helping them to achieve. And then pretty much we'll look at your strategic messaging, because it is also through messaging that you can actually put out these calls to action, all right? And if you have the right calls to action along all your sales pages and things of that nature, you will be able to book as many consultation calls as possible. Okay, and then pretty much we'll also look at your offers. Okay, your coaching and consulting offers and the pricing of it all, right? Because half of the time your discovery call will then determine what the next logical step would be for your clients, and you need to be ready for when that happens. All right, you don't want people to show up on your discovery call and then they don't know what the next step would be. And if your business hasn't been optimized to actually incorporate a fluid sort of system for you to generate calls, I'll help you, with your business model optimization and really, work with you from start to end, so that you've got a seamless process around you. And then pretty much after that, I'll help you set up your marketing engine and lead generation system so you can consistently attract ideal clients, and convert those people into clients that pay, stay, and refer. So definitely don't miss out on this free offer of a consultation. First of all, to learn how you can make your system a lot better. And then second of all, just to see how I operate, throughout the whole process. And then you can actually, learn a thing or two and, not have to have, false starts out there. I really want you to generate hundreds of qualified high-ticket leads like clockwork, so you never have to rely on cold calling or emailing just to beg clients to hire you. So, I've just outlined to you 5 of the most common reasons why you're not booking any more discovery calls. If you do not, follow through with any of these things, it's now on you. Because a lot of these reasons that I've just spoken about obviously resonate with a lot of people. And I want you to know that, hey, you are not alone in this whole process. I'm just giving you my marketing tips for what to do instead so that you can book more discovery calls from and with your dream clients so you can grow your business and it can be profitable and enjoyable. I don't know what you're going to do with this information, but if anything, schedule a call with me so that you can just see the process that I take my potential clients through, and as they book a discovery call with me, you could learn a thing or two. Bye for now.
Thank you for joining us today. If you have any questions, let's continue the conversation in the Live Long Digital community. Become a Live Long Digital community member today. This community is for ambitious entrepreneurs and small business owners with the drive to take control of the future of their businesses and achieve huge success without stress and overwhelm. As you heard, Prosper can help you by teaching you marketing strategies that work. So look no further than the Live Long Digital community of entrepreneurs and highly successful business owners. Join our community today. Find us on www.community.livelongdigital.com.au. Network with other driven entrepreneurs and find the expert guidance you need to take your business to the next level. www.community.livelongdigital.com.au.